Hey there, chart friends. Lamont here from Chart Guys, checking in on the electric vehicle sector and a battery name. Okay, so big red day today in the overall market, but not unexpected because it's been days since consolidation. Let's take a look at our correlated sector real quick. QQQ just been on a tear all day. No real meaningful higher low. Actually, let's check out the futures chart. Oh, that's pretty similar. No real higher low. Even this little rinky-dink pullback, I don't really consider much of a higher low. To me, the most meaningful higher low was this last little one before this takeoff into this leg up. So on NQ, it's 11808.25. On QQQ, it is 288.07. But I'm sure there are plenty of people that look to see this as the next higher low, and that's fine. I'm not going to fault you there. If you notice, they're actually both on like it's on the bottom and lower end of like a little volume node if you're just looking at this leg up. So you can see on this leg up we had this little consolidation pattern here, so those two lows are right on the edges of it. Just something to consider. So while it was a big red day, massive amount of volume, you need sustained bearish pressure for the bulls to be really concerned. So it could be, I'm not saying this is what's going to happen, but we had a day just like this, right? Big red day, tested the EMAs, it held, and so right now bulls are not terribly concerned yet. Looking at the hourly chart, well, let's get back to Tesla. It's very similar, but Tesla has a bit of bullish correlation actually with compared to QQQ. So Tesla, we are just looking for a daily higher low. Anything over 541.21 will be one. We're currently testing the 8 EMA, broke it for a little bit, and now are holding above. Personally, I think it's a decent look for the bulls, a decent start regarding defense for the bulls, because we're still holding above this consolidation pattern over here, and I think we're in like an EQ going into the end of the day. So straight move down, no bounce at all for an hourly lower high yet, no confirmed bear trend, but of course on any hourly bounce, we will be scouting for an hourly lower high. It is the most likely situation, and anything under 654.32 will be one. Considering no volume here too, I would not be surprised if we were to bounce up and then reject from this low here. If we were to bounce, would not be surprised to reject from this low here around 618.50. Okay, so 8 and 21 EMA bear cross has been confirmed. Let's check the 5-minute time frame. I believe was an EQ. Yeah, 5-minute EQ into the end of the day. EQ right above this previous chop zone. So let's see, what will we be looking out for tomorrow? If the bulls are able to break this 5-minute EQ bullish, then they'll have changed that 5-minute trend. They'll confirm this hourly low being set, and we will be scouting for that hourly lower high. That's pretty much it. Maybe a head and shoulders look. I don't love it. So if looking for that hourly lower high, then we want to be doing our shopping. Also, I think there was some oh, right, there was a trade there. Oh no. Oh, there are probably a bunch of stop outs today. Well, let's see. Oh, that's not bad. So this one probably a chop and stop, especially if you adjusted the levels a bit, right? This was really where, well, I mean, wouldn't fault you. It probably looks different extended hours. Yeah. So, yeah, basically, you may have gotten a better fill. Like this was one fill either way, but you may have gotten a better fill if you had moved it down, because at the bottom of this candle here, right here, the RSI was a bit lower. Should have been below 30. This RSI line on the chart is 27. So when it was at its absolute low over there, it should have been below 30. So theoretically, your trade would have looked something more like this. Oh wow, look at that! If you move it exactly like that, then you get pretty close to target, but probably a chop and stop on this Tesla higher low play. And so obviously, it was you had the potential for a higher low. That's plenty of range for a higher low, but today was obviously exceptional given the overall market dump day. And you can kind of tell, I think there was high volume right from the get-go, I believe. Yeah, that's pretty high volume. That's fairly high volume for the open. And then just no bull volume on that bounce up. No comparable bull volume anyway. Anyway, so fade into the end of the day into an EQ. That's it. And if we see more downside tomorrow, then we will be interested in the shelf of support down here. If we were to come down here, then this head and shoulders look will definitely be something we'll pay more attention to. It's going to look more like a head and shoulders. If we come down, test this neckline, bounce, and then maybe reject from this shellfish resistance. All right, so we'll be watching out for that potential to occur. If we were to see more downside tomorrow, I do not hate a bottom fishing play in hourly oversold conditions near this shelf of supports or something like that. I think there's some like Pfizer news tomorrow, so bunch of stuff to be. I just mean regarding the overall market. All right, so let's see. Just want to see on the daily time frame, would that be reasonable? Yeah, that'd be pretty much, not only would be a potential bottom fishing play off of the support, but it would also be a 26 EMA support. You would have hourly oversold conditions, and we would still be looking for a daily higher low technically. So I like this potential long here, and then of course this potential short. Oh, didn't highlight it. Okay, so we're looking for an hourly lower high. So ideally we'll get 5-minute overbought conditions as we head up to test that resistance level. Just want to mark off this meaningful pivot there to me. So maybe something like that. Just want to make sure I'm coming in at 5-minute overbought. I'm not going to keep doing those long boxes. Waste of time. Plus, I don't know how you guys are doing your targets. Okay, so long and shorts. Something for everybody. NIO. All right, so NIO bouncing off of this channel support. So channel structure holding yet again, just kind of front run a little bit. Obviously we didn't get to our short target here. Just maintaining this EQ. Oops, we gotta start from the daily. The daily is looking for a potential higher low, maybe just in this EQ forming. We're grinding this channel support now, which is not a great look for bulls. You know, you want to see a reaction and then boop, like a big push away, right? So not a great look for the bulls right now. The bulls need to show up to show some defense. Ideally, they will defend this low, this higher low of 41.65 to, and then break over 48.30 to change the daily trend back to the bulls and set that weekly higher low. But for now, we're just watching this tightening range on the daily. So if we were, even if we were to break this channel break down out of this channel, I still wouldn't hate a bottom fish play here off of this shelf, just marked by these pivots here. 1, 2, 3, a bunch of defenses here. I would not hate a hold here, looking for a trade, something like this maybe, just to backtest that channel resistance. Go a little bit deeper. Okay, don't hate something like that. Defend this zone and then potentially backtest this resistance. And then if we reject from it, well, maybe bad news bears, because this channel has held up for quite some time, I believe. Trend line is, I care more about this trend line. All right, and then I don't hate up here either, right? If we're gonna get hourly overbought over there, something like that maybe. Zone of interest for a potential short off of the all-time high resistance. I don't hate something like that. Just recognize though that, you know, that'd be a daily trend change. You know, the daily trend change does not have to lead to more follow through. Just something to be mindful of, right? You have a lot of conflicting information here. Well, maybe not necessarily conflicting, but basically you have this head and shoulders look. You have this EQ. There's, however, so let's see. The bearish look is this head and shoulders. The fact that we're grinding down in this second to standard deviation band of this channel, but threatening to break out of it, not moving away from it. But from a bullish perspective, however, we are still holding this shelf of support here, and the channel still is technically holding. Right? We've not broken out of it yet. So, you know, little mixed bag here. A bit of a precarious situation. And that being said, you know, this is not a bad day. Again, considering what QQQ has done today, taking out a bunch of days of support, not a terrible day maintaining in the EQ. So, you know, just be some caution. NKLA. It's just very tight still, just very sideways, tight range, not doing much of anything. Again, not a bad day, right? You would with such a weak bounce and then a big market wide dump day, you would expect this low to at least get tested. So you know that from that angle, it's not a bad look for the bulls. Still playing defense, but obviously it's not. It's hard chart to get bullish on, right? These trades are still live. I still like these trades. They're just range plays. You know, if we were to come down, test this shelf, and get hourly extended, I think there's at least a play into the middle of the range-ish, and same thing for up above. Okay, so not much going on for NKLA. More or less range bound. All right, WKHS did not get into our short zone. Let me just see what's happening. All right, so potentially setting this daily higher low here at 2146, but also potentially setting a lower high at 2291. So let's dig into the details. Maybe we'll probably just, not that we shouldn't say that. It's not unlikely that we will emulate NIO, right? NIO is very similar. We came from a move higher, came down, and then now we're in this EQ. Very similar, right? Move down, EQ. So perhaps the correlation has picked up a bit with NIO and WKHS. So let's check out the hourly time frame and see what we got going on. It's kind of just questionable. It's really just an hourly EQ sideways, very similar to NIO. So I don't love plays here. I'd rather make some reactive plays, just like in NKLA. We're looking for reactive plays, right, for the break to occur, and then we'll make a reactive play after that break. Same thing with I think NIO is similar. NIO is similar. Everybody's pretty similar in that regard right now. Yes, everybody. And so WKH is the same. We're waiting for this EQ to break, and if you are looking short, then you have this. You want to get hourly extension into all this congestion area here, and then run it maybe something like that. And if you are looking long, oh, did this activate today? Or did I just do this? Oh gosh, I don't know. If this activated today, ideally you chopped up for a little bit of profit, gave you some opportunity to do so, and now you're just looking to potentially get back to size. Like if you made this long play, then you're anticipating a bullish break, so maybe you can get back to size if the EQ breaks bull. Or maybe you'll play that next higher low. If you're playing that next higher low, then ideally you just be fishing off this range again in 5-minute oversold conditions. But if you're looking long for like a daily pivot, check out the daily time frame. I don't love that, but I don't love that. Yeah, I don't know. I'm hesitant to make a long play here. I kind of just prefer this long. Ideally, we'll just stay within this big EQ pattern, maintain it, and then we can look for that short. If we're looking deeper, actually, you know what? That's not a bad play, honestly. Let's see if we can get 4 hours. So bottom fishing these supports here, this shelf over here, we can set that trade up as well. Probably want a bigger range. Maybe we'll look at the 4 hours, see where that's at. It's not terribly close. I think a patient bull would wait for 4 hour oversold, testing that shelf of support. But I don't hate it. It's a little bit more aggressive, right? Looking for something like that. Our zone of interest. Just to back test the resistance of this shelf here. All right, so plug. What? There's no way. That's uncanny. I must have moved that. Because I wasn't anticipating so much weakness. I don't think. I don't know. You can look back at yesterday's video. Double check. But I believe I was talking to a member about plug today, and so this was moved. This was adjusted to be where the 5-minute becomes oversold, right? So it was right there. Was the only time period. Let's see if there was one in pre-market. There was. Okay, so if you're in this trade, ideally you chopped up for some profit here. We are still just looking for that hourly higher low for PLUG, although obviously you don't want to see a bull break into new all-time high and then pull back like that. So wouldn't be surprised now if we were to just chop around a little bit. On the daily time frame, we would just be looking for a higher low. Should we get a confirmed hourly downtrend, anything over... I'll hide this. Anything over 22.25 will be a daily higher low for PLUG. Currently, bulls look fine, still holding the 12 EMA. Hourly trend has yet to confirm bearish. So tomorrow, on any bounce, we will be looking for an hourly lower high, and then depending on how much bounce there is, we'll get a better idea if we're looking for like an EQ or continuation. Okay, so if we bounce up to maybe like this low here of 27.41 and reject, unlikely for continuation. But if we come up and test the highs of 29.69, then there's more, the chances are better of a continuation. So let's see, trades. Well, if we're looking for that daily higher low still, oops, if we are looking for a daily higher low, then that trade is still live, right? We can still get hourly extended into this level somewhere down here and then look for that higher low to potentially form. Very, very loose right now. Yeah, that's fine. That's a fine trade. And then also we have this short coming up tomorrow. Ideally, we'll have 5-minute overbought conditions. Something like that. All right. So something for everybody on all of these names. Shorts and longs really depends on how the ranges break for the most part. All right, that about covers it. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you all soon.